Hey guys, we are going to be checking out the Condemned Crusader. First, we're going to check out two variants. We're going to do a speed farm for a Torment 16, and then we're going to check out the Vacuum Crusader that I did a push on a 109 on the PTR today. So for this one, we are not using Vacuum. We are using Unleashed, which just makes it so your Condemn is instantly triggered. It is an absolute monster. It is wonderful to see the Condemn resurface again and kind of be viable, at least for speed running. Torment 16's definitely, as you can see, just deleting elites immediately off the map. And then I cleared a 90 with it, and then I'm pretty sure I cleared a 100 with this variant too. As you see, I do have what, Hammer of Justice or whatever there. It's not really important. It's supposed to give a movement speed boost, but you're so fast with the steed charge, and we're just clearly smoking through this. Vacuum is viable. You're not going to do any less damage, but you're just moving so fast and deleting things so quick that most of the time you move away from the stuff before it dies, before the Condemn actually triggers, I should say. So the wind up with this is so instantaneous, as you see. Boom, boom, boom. I like to call this the Bomb Vest Crusader, because we're just going in and deleting anyone next to us. I'm pretty sure I cleared this one in about 2 minutes and 10 seconds. I mean, you could throw in Draw and Quartered if you wanted to, but things are dying so quick, there's really no sense in even grouping. You're just elite hunting. This isn't using the Furnace. This is simply benefiting from Norvolk's two-set bonus, the two-handed flail, and the shield, which gives you 400% increased damage once you dismount from Steed Charge, which, as you see, the cooldown Steed Charge is insanely fast. We don't even have Obsidian or the Zodiac. We're using Focus Restraint. We'll go over a build here very shortly, but as you see, this is a completely viable speed farming build. I normally was using Ages of Valor, Fist of Heavens, which again, still gonna be very fast, probably gonna be just as strong. That as well uses Norvolk's, but it's just so fun to see Condemn come back, and the Greater Rift pushing can definitely happen with Condemned, with the strength of, look at that, obliterated. So we'll get into the build here very shortly. Okay, so here is the speed farm build. There's really not much changes to the gear as opposed to the vacuum build I went for, the GR push. We're utilizing the 6-piece set of icons, gloves, chest, head, amulet, boots. And then we are utilizing Augild's power, shoulders, and bracers. And then we are utilizing the Captain Crimson's belt and pants. And then, of course, we're doing the standard Steed Charge thing with the two-hand, or the two-piece weapon bonus for that. Here we have Restraint and Focus, but I could see some changes being used for that. Some more testing will be done later. Again, this is all being done on the PTR, but very standard. You get the 50% cooldown reduction as well as 50% damage reduction, and the 2,000% increase for the Akarat's thing that is new this season. You are getting the 4,000% increased damage after you come out of Steed Charge. You are getting the cooldown reduction on top of the damage increase and the damage reduction based on your resource cost reduction. And Augild's is great. I totally spaced in my previous video about Augild's. I totally forgot about it. But this is a great set, honestly. I forgot they boosted this one. So that three-piece set thing is beautiful. Reduce damage by elites from 30, increase damage to elites by 30, and also just simply the two-piece, increase damage dealt by 30%. So that's huge. You know, that's like a monster furnace. And none of the gears that we have is augmented. You'll see this is the exact same set I run. For gems, I have Bane of the Powerful, Bane of the Trapped, and Bane of the Stricken. The reason I'm doubling up on these is because speed running, there's other things you could have. You could throw in, whatchamacallit. For just more speed, you could throw in this guy, you know, Wreath of Lightning, if you wanted, or something like that, to really speed it up. It doesn't really matter. I just threw the Bane of the Stricken in there to just speed up killing the Rift Guardian. As far as abilities, let's take a look at those. We have Justice, Sword of Justice. It gives a short burst of move speed. I really didn't use that. You could change it out to something else. Again, this is all just beginning testing of it. Really been enjoying it. Actually, real quick before we get into that, sorry, I'm really bad at this. We're gonna go look at the cube. In our cube, this is the important part. This is where this build comes in. These are going to be the exact same for the vacuum build that I cleared the 109 in. Blade of Prophecy, 2 condemned enemies also trigger Condemn's explosion, and damage Condemned is increased by 800%. Stone Gauntlets, you never get the negative effects on this because your cooldown is going to be just enough. I even have a little bit too much here. You want at least like 55, 56%, maybe even 54 to make 100% uptime for Akarat's Champion, given you have the 50% cooldown of Akarat's Champion from Concept. Moving on, Ring of Royal Grandeur, pretty standard. And then Freighter's Wrath, Condemned has no cooldown, and its damage is increased by 80% instead of cost 40 Wrath. But as you guys saw in the video, even when I'm killing the Rift Guardian, I really don't have Wraith or Wrath issues. So these two, this is the beautiful thing about the cube. You can now, these would normally be on your person for the standard Akon build. They're now in your cube, and then you're getting to benefit from that huge 400% increased damage after you come off the Steed Charge. So very basic. We'll go over the skills just real quick. Again, Justice, that's interchangeable. Steed Charge, we use Endurance just for the extra mobility. Condemned, the reason we use this one, and honestly this might even be better for pushing greater rifts, because all it really is doing is it instantly causes Condemned to explode, which is better for when you're going up against that Rift Guardian as opposed to Vacuum. It takes a little while for that wind up for the Vacuum, whereas this one just kind of hits. There is still a small wind up that you have to get used to, so spamming it over and over isn't necessarily beneficial, but it's still relatively fast. Iron Skin, Flash, very standard for most Crusaders, just allows you to move through mobs. Laws of Valor, Unstoppable Force, that's simply for when you do want to spam Condemned, but it's not, I can see argument to go for Laws of Hope just for more movement speed or to move through enemies, blah blah blah. And then Akarat's Champion, Prophet, very standard, that's your fail-safe. If you are pushing, I don't really know where the speed farm thing could go. Again, there is no augments on any of this stuff. My gems are very low level. It wasn't even, my Band of the Trap wasn't even at 98 when I did the speed farming. Very, very low level. So it's going to be very, very strong. We could see this possibly speed farm 110s with optimized gear. Again, you all are going to want, side note, Condemned, as much Condemned damage as you can stack, which would be on your shoulders, your chest, and your weapon, if you can get it. That would be ideal. Finishing up with the rest of it, we got Heavenly Strength. That's going to allow you to utilize that 2-set weapon and shield for the Steed set. Finery, very standard for any Crusader. It's pretty much the best skill in the thing. Long Arm of the Law, that can be interchanged with Indestructible if you were so inclined. Holy Claws, because you are going to be spamming Condemn, which is holy damage. You're going to increase 10% damage, and you're also going to heal for 1%. So that's the very basic look here. I'll put up sheet damage for those who are curious. Okay, so we're going through a 109 on this. This is the Vacuum Crusader. I'm not using the Unleashed Rune on this one, which is going to cause the Condemn to instantly trigger. So this one has a wind-up. During the wind-up, enemies are pulled towards me. And you'll see that this one has a slow start. I'm not going to waste time. I'm getting the feel for it still. I'm just going to try to move through some of the highlights, and you'll see how quickly we are just obliterating things. Now here there is an elite in there, and you're going to notice that I am going to just kill the trash and move on. The single target damage for the Unleash rune is better, so there is a very strong possibility that vacuum for pushing isn't going to be that great, but it is very nice to be able to move and have a little more crowd control, something that the Crusader kind of lacks a little bit for some of the Ages of Valor sets, and even for the new bombardment set would be. I'll probably make a bombardment set at some point, guys, but as of now, I kind of want to. I've been very excited to try these other builds out with that Force Cube slot, and I'm very happy with it. I definitely will be running this a lot just for my speed. It's just when I need a little breath of fresh air. Horrible map, absolutely horrible map. You know, lots of tight corners, lots of 90-degree angles. Not very fun for grouping, but there's some better ones. Imagine having this on a battlefield or a festering woods, as we all hope to find. Hope you enjoy all my cuts. I'm getting very little too cutty there, but I'm also learning video editing a little bit more, so I'm having fun with it. Having fun with these sets, having fun growing the YouTube channel. It is possible to kill elites. Don't get me wrong. Blues are a little more likely to be killed since you're going to be double procking on the group aspect of it. But when you're single target hitting, which you're going to see at the Rift Guardian, it gets a little tough. I'm very fortunate that there was a power pylon at the end of this, spoiler alert, and it helped me clear it a little faster. If I clear 110, it would have put this on the leaderboards, noted. So right now there's only really bombardment Crusaders on there, which I kind of think, you know, we've seen our fill of bombardment at this point. The PTR is meant for testing little things other than broken stuff. But anyway, I die there. It happens. We just kind of keep on keeping on. There's definitely some adjustments that need to be made, one being my playstyle of this thing. And I'm starting to even think that, yeah, maybe on bigger opener maps, the draw and quartered will be a little more beneficial, but on this one, it just absolutely sucks. I'm just kind of killing the trash, getting kind of frustrated dealing with the blues. One didn't come around the corner. Here I see a conduit pylon, and since I'm very petty, and I didn't like how those blues were not responding to my awesome vacuuming playstyle, I'm going to come and kill these things instead of moving forward. Whatever. As you see, we have plenty of time. We're making great headway, but you need all the time in the world to clear the Greater Rift Guardian. Again, here's another mob of blues. Blues are actually pretty okay for this thing because you're getting that double proc from Blade of Prophecy. It doesn't work when it's single target. It only triggers, from my understanding, when they're kind of bouncing back, double procking themselves. But this one clears it pretty fast, even though there's a Shadow Clone. No offense, I don't think the Shadow Clone's really doing much. I still don't fully understand where their damage is coming from, the Shadow Clones, that is. Clear them and move on. But it's fun. It's so fun to be able to play Condemned and be able to push, you know, 110s. Like this isn't. There's zero augments on this stuff. Not optimized gear. It's awesome. This will be able to probably do 120s. It's so fast with the cuts. So this is the ending riff. I notice I have that power pylon down there. I want to save it for the Rift Guardian. There's plenty of trash. I kind of probably go up ahead way too much. I think I even go up into the next floor just to make sure I have enough trash to clear. But look at that. Obliterating this on a 110. My esoteric is only at 44 on this, so it's really not doing me a whole lot of favors. But again, you get to that single target, I just leave. We keep on moving. We keep on moving. I'm worried I'm not seeing enough trash to clear, or at least the mob type's not going to give me enough. So we go and we clear some stuff up here, and then work our way backwards. We clear it backwards. So we're getting really try hard on this. Pretty sure I die here from these guys. Yeah, arcane and reflect damage. That wasn't very nice, but it's fine. We go again. Once I get that esoteric up, it's going to be huge. Now, do I think it's going to be better speed farming than the Fist of Heavens? Probably not. Is it more fun? Yes. My opinion, anyway, it's more fun. So now I'm kind of seeing that this should be enough for me to go back and clear. I'm going way overkill on clearing up ahead here. I don't finish off the blues. I'm just like, okay, this is probably good enough, and we can head on back. And honestly, I could have done endurance. I didn't really see any good drawn and quarter pulls, so we head back and work ourselves back towards that power pylon. Definitely needed that power pylon for the Rift Guardian. But again, as soon as you get some augments on this stuff, oof, I would love to see this build in tandem with an RGK. It'd be beautiful. It'd be really, really fun. Now, what RGK? Ages of Valor, because I'm biased towards Crusaders at this point. And I will have a really, really good solo push Ages of Valor set coming soon. It was a build that I had been trying to work on all through Season 21. I just couldn't get working. And now it comes online. I've already tried it. Once we get things up and running, it's a great trash clear, surprisingly. And yeah, it just melts. It's brutal. Die again, because I suck. Reflex damage seems to be getting the better of me. But look, we have plenty of time. And I've died like 3 or 4 times this riff. Horrible maps. Just smoking a 109. Maybe not smoking it, but we're doing pretty good. I'm just worried about not having enough to summon the Rift Guardian by the time I get back to that pylon. Which is kind of silly, because you'll see there's a giant mob I left for that specific reason. What's good? Feeling it out. I mean, this is definitely not where the Condemn Crusader was Season 21 or any of the previous seasons. This is where I'm like, oh yeah, I left a bunch of trash. Oops, this would have been fine. Could have come back here ages ago. So, I'm a nervous Nelly, so I just grab it anyway. And Saxtress is actually a really good GR to spawn. I'm kind of silly, I forget that I need to be proccing the Steed Charge a little bit. That's something you do need to get used to. I would like if maybe they increase the duration of the Steed Charge thing. Just a little bit, maybe double it even, so you don't have to just constantly keep going in the Steed Charge. Because you can't, there is a little trick that you can do with Vacuum. If you hit Vacuum and then go into Steed Charge, the windup will still be going as you're charging. So there'll be a little kind of rhythm for that. But, you know, we're doing pretty good. But we had that power pylon through most of that. And you'll see it does okay. I think Unleashed would be better for killing the Rift Guardian. And just kind of maybe even better all around. You lose a lot of grouping ability, but if you're in a really dense riff, it doesn't really matter. So boom, we clear that up pretty quick. Let's go ahead and check out the build. And moving on, we have the vacuum build that I cleared the 109 with. Again, very standard, just like the speed build. You're utilizing the 6-piece of a con, the Awe Guilds. The gems I'm running this time is Esoteric, and this is where I really could boost up my survivability, is just getting that to 100. That's going to be easy. Bane of the Trapped, just to ensure you are hitting that Rift Guardian with that extra 25% increased damage. That's very helpful. Rift Guardian stuff is very slow. Bane of the Trapped, of course, is very, very important. But all the rest is exactly the same. The only thing that really changes is a few skills. I was using Drawn and Quartered, wasn't having the best luck with it. Maybe if I had a better map, it would have been a little easier to drag some of those elites together. But as you see, clearing trash isn't really a problem. The elites are kind of a problem, so you could maybe use this to drag an elite along with you as you bring in more trash mobs. We'll see as we push some higher grade of rifts. I was only at 109. Another one is Slash, which again would be your resource generator. It's going to allow you to benefit from that focus restraint combo, and on top of that, you're going to also gain 25 for increased armor when you get the 5 stacks. And other than that, it's all very same. Of course, we use Vacuum for this one. It just helps with that grouping. Things aren't instantly dying as they are when you're speed farming and you're doing Unleash, so Vacuum isn't really beneficial for when you're speed farming, I realize, but it is actually very nice for greater rifts. because you need a chance to get them all together. You pull them all up, the Blade of Prophecy's procking, and then when you get a group together, you hit that steed charge, boom, 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 everything blows up. It's really nice being able to see this build come back online. Of course, yeah, Heavenly Strength, Finery, Indestructible, Holy Cause, very, very standard Condemn build. But it's wonderful to see this build come back online. I only used 800 out of my 865 Paragon. No augments on any of the gears, as you can see. The rolls you're gonna kind of want to look for, of course, reduce cooldown. Even then, you might not need a whole lot of it, because as long as you can keep Akarat's champion up through the set of a con, you're sitting pretty good. You do need some tankiness. This set would be really, really fun to use with an RGK. Maybe even another Crusader, Ages of Valor RGK. That's kind of what I was churning around in my head, kicking around ideas and stuff. But anyway, guys, just want to say thank you so much for checking the video out. Very excited for Season 22. The 4th cube slot is huge. Oh, I didn't go over that. 4th cube slot, exactly the same as the speed farm. This is what makes the Condemned Crusader actually come online, is the shield and the Blaze of Prophecy. Thank you guys again for coming and checking that out. Please check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/driven2conquer. I stream usually late nights, 12 a.m. to about 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are going to be running this PTR now that we got this 4th cube slot, and we're going to be having a blast. So please drop me a like, drop me a follow, check me out on Twitch, and I'll catch you guys in Sanctuary. Thank you so much.